After this meeting with this guy, I was interested. He was talking very bad about Islam. Now I was really interested. As I told you, I defended Islam with my small knowledge, and why? Because I had some Muslim friends, but I didn't really know anything. So I thought I have to read about Islam now. I want to know what it is, just to also to talk with my Muslim friends when they do something bad, because I thought the Quran is, I think the Quran is a good book. From the beginning I didn't know, but I thought it has to be a good book. So I thought, maybe look, all my friends, they're doing fornication and this stuff, the Muslim friends, and are far away from the religion. So I also thought maybe I can tell them, look in your book, this is not allowed. And this was also a reason, but the first reason was because I wanted to know what is in this book. I was curious. So when I came back from this camp, from this youth camp, from civilian service, my sister, she had a translation of the Quran. Yeah, not translation, but translation of the meanings of the Quran in German language. And I thought, I thought, fine, so I will read the book now. So I took this book and I read it from the beginning to the end. And everywhere, and all the things I didn't understand, I put a big question mark on it. Yeah, what is this? What is that? I never had such a God consciousness like after reading this book. And I never saw a book, I never saw God described with these perfect attributes like in the Quran. And later on, there was one guy from America. He came always to our boxing camp to make sparring there. His name is Khalid Jones. He was also a world champion in a smaller, in super middleweight, in a smaller division, smaller, not in one of the four big councils, IBF, WA, WC and WO, but in the smaller one. But he came to me, and he was also Muslim, and he gave me a Quran in English also from Muhsin Khan, and he gave me a paper how to learn the prayer. So I saw the prayer, this is a good thing. I haven't accepted Islam yet, but I thought, okay, I begin to pray, why not? And I learned to pray. Al-Fatiha, Surah Al-Asr, Surah Al-Ikhlas, At-Tahiyyatu Lillahi, Salawatu Al-Ibrahimiyya, Salatu Al-Ibrahimiyya, Salatu, Allahumma Salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. All these things, I learned it, and then I began to pray. It was on one day, a friend of mine, he was Olympic boxer, and his name is Genghis Koch. He always went with this Khalid Jones to the mosque on Friday. And on this particular day, he was not able to go with him to the mosque for Salatul Jummah, for the Friday prayer. And then he asked me to go with Khalid Jones to the prayer. He told me, please go with him, help him. You know, I can't go today. So I said, okay, my responsibility, I have to go. So I went with him to the mosque, and we entered the mosque. I was quite nervous, because it seems strange to you. You have always this impression in your mind, all these terrorists, and you go to the mosque. What will they say? Maybe they say, hey, what are you doing here? You're not a Muslim, you're filthy or something. You think like this as a non-Muslim. You have always these prejudices. So I went into the mosque and I prayed Rak'atayn, Tahiyatul Masjid. Because he prayed, so I knew how to pray, I prayed. And then later on we sat there and making this tasbih, Subhanallah, Walhamdulillah, Allahu Akbar. I also knew this. And then there came a Moroccan Muslim, older man. He came to me and he asked me, like, are you the only Muslim in your family? And I was thinking, because are you the only Muslim? And I didn't accept Islam until this time. So I was thinking, what will I say now? Are you the only Muslim? And then at this time, the shaitan got beaten up. Because he went away in the mosque. Because before, the shaitan always said, no, wait a bit, wait. you have to look, you have more to read. I was convinced that Islam is the absolute truth, but the problem was, in the Quran, there is like a verse that it said, if somebody goes away, apostates, he goes away from belief, he gets a real big punishment in the hereafter, like this, you know. And at this time, I was afraid that if I become a Muslim, I go away from Islam, maybe Allah will punish me. So I didn't accept Islam because I was actually believing in Islam. So at this time, I was thinking, are you the only Muslim? And I said to him, yes, I'm the only Muslim. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. And then I became Muslim. I prayed the Friday prayer, and from this day I began to pray. And that's my way to Islam.
Well, that's it for this week's episode of Bridge to Faith. Remember our website, bridgetofaith.com. Until next time, peace. Salam alaikum.